Imagine this. You're in school learning about simple machines from a diagram in your textbook, trying to understand how wheels, pulleys, and levers function. Now imagine instead you're at a museum, turning the massive wheels of an old printing press, or watching the gears of a steam engine in motion, or even watching clay take shape on the pottery wheel. Which one would make the lesson come to life? For me, it was a field trip to the Royal Ontario Museum where I was immersed in learning about ancient pottery and using the ancient techniques to make pottery of my own. That day, I felt learning in action, and to this day, I still remember everything about it. My name is Gabriel Pattenden, a fourth-year professional communication student at TMU, and I believe in the power of experiential learning, learning that lasts. Education has evolved significantly over time. Teachers have transitioned from traditional chalkboards and textbooks to slideshows and tablets. However, one constant remains. Students learn best when they are actively engaged. Despite this, traditional education often depends on passive learning, reading, listening, and memorizing. This research focuses on a compelling alternative: experiential learning. This research explores the impact of experiential learning on student understanding, engagement, and retention, examining how these innovative forms of education compare to traditional classroom methods. While experiential learning has been established as a viable and beneficial mode of teaching, the most effective forms have yet to be established, and how factors such as structure, collaboration, and location influence educational outcomes. Education isn't just about passing a test. It's about understanding, retaining, and applying knowledge. If we can prove that experiential learning leads to better outcomes, we can rethink how we structure education for future classrooms, creating a more curious generation. The research that I've conducted investigates three major questions: how outdoor experiences differentiates compared to indoor experiences in student engagement, how do social factors of experiential learning impact the effectiveness of educational outcomes, and does experiential learning contribute to fostering a sense of community, and how does this influence students beyond the classroom and inspire action? To answer these questions, I've analyzed real student experiences across a variety of experiential learning environments, from field trips to virtual simulations to hands-on classroom projects. I've examined over 30 real experiential learning cases documented through vlogs, blogs, reports, and lesson plans. The findings revealed that 94% of outdoor experiential learning cases resulted in students developing personal connections to the subject matter they were learning about. While indoor cases were lower, they still had a significant impact of 64% developing personal connections to subject matter. 94% of collaborative activities resulted in higher levels of student engagement and positive educational outcomes, such as understanding and retention. 85% of outdoor community-based experiential learning cases, such as community projects, human rights campaigns, and local history trips, motivated students to further be involved in their community. Outdoor education and community-based projects ranked the highest in terms of engagement and knowledge retention, while unstructured field trips ranked the lowest. These results suggest that structured and intentional experiential learning opportunities positively impacts student engagement and concept understanding, building a sense of community through fostering self-directed passions and collaboration. So what does this mean for education going forward? It means that we need to rethink traditional learning. We need to stop viewing field trips and outdoor education and hands-on projects as extras and instead recognize them as a priority in practical learning. Schools and policymakers should invest more in structured, interactive, and real-world experiences as core foundations to ensure learning extends beyond the classroom. This research provides a framework for educators to innovatively integrate experiential learning into their curriculum, fostering an immersive classroom and creating a more curious generation of learners that will lead our future. At the end of the day, we don't begin riding a bike by reading books on how bikes work. We get on and actually try doing it through all the challenges that it might bring, experiencing it for ourselves. So let's create classrooms that are exciting as the world outside of them. Thank you so much for your time and consideration.